Can you make money playing games on your phone? Well, I made over $300 with Skillz Games, and in this video, I want to do a complete review, why Skillz Games, how it works, my experience, and ultimately explain why that $300 is more like $8. So Skillz, founded in 2012, based in San Francisco. Let's explain what this is and why I chose Skillz. Now, not sponsored, not affiliated with this channel in any way. I'm just a user here. But in trying to find ways to make money on my phone, I mean, I've done it all. I've done the surveys, I've done Google Opinions, I've done many different survey apps, tasks, whatever. And I just simply wanted to answer the question, can I make money playing games on my phone? And then the next question I get that you probably have here, it's, hey, if I'm making money playing games on my phone, is how is this legal? Turning our attention to Skillz here, let's discover why this is legal. So Skillz cash tournaments are not gambling because all of our competitions are based on ability rather than luck or chance. True to its name, Skillz hosts games where players' skills determines the winner of each tournament. Skillz does not profit on the outcome of a tournament and has no vested interest in who wins or loses. Again, some of the other apps that I used, they're literally in the terms of service a sweepstakes. It's completely based on odds. And I will say, and we'll see this a little bit later in the video, is the games that I played are legitimately based on skill. Now, just for some context, I'm coming to you from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Just keep in mind, Skillz, even though legal here, may not be legal in all US states. So turning our attention to my experience, because again, our goal here is to literally play games, video games on your phone and making money from that. So let's explain how this works. So Skillz really has a lot of different games you can play. It's not just one game. It's kind of an umbrella for a lot of different options, right? There's sports games, there's puzzle games, etc. So I just want to highlight the ones that I played the most, that I had the most fun with, and ultimately that I found the most success with. So saying that, let's highlight Blackout Bingo, Moneyball, Skillshot, Archery, and Strike by Bowlero. So the way that these games work is you are going to deposit real money in order to obviously win real money. Now I get it, if that scares you away, I completely understand that. But again, theoretically, based on the terms of service from Skillz, if you build skills here, you can win. Let's actually show you some examples here. So Blackout Bingo, it's just bingo. You're actually playing on the same card as your opponents, and there is skill-based matchmaking, which I like. So beginners play beginners and experts play experts here. Now there are certain strategies to actually win a higher percent of times on Blackout Bingo. It's things like saving your points multiplier until the end so you can get as many bingos on that 2x point multiplier. And it's things like if you can't get all the entire blackout for the entire card here, it's going for the most bingos as possible, obviously. So as we can see here, the way that these Skillz games works is in essence a wager. You're going to pay an entry fee and then again go head to head with another Skillz player. Now there's different wager amounts. There's a $1 payout, $3, $5, $20, 50 plus payout wagers. Now, very important to note here, I'm paying the entry fee. Now, let's say $3 that I win. If I win this wager, it's not in addition to the entry fee. So for example, on this card, if I pay the entry fee and if I win the match, if I win $3, I will just get $3 in total. So basically getting the entry fee reimbursed and then some net winnings. So we can see here a dollar win. And then I started getting better and I started to up the stakes here. We can see a $5 win and even a $50 card win. But there is something very, very critical that you need to understand with these payouts here. I'm going to mention that in a minute. I want you to look at Moneyball. Now, I loved this game. It's basically get the basketball into the hoop here. And there's, again, strategies, actual skill to win more. On this game, it's things like ricocheting the ball off the side of the, screen here and doing a bank shot into the hoop. So remember I mentioned this is skill-based. And literally, in my opinion, it is very much so. So take a look at my profile when it comes to Moneyball. So you'll eventually accumulate more skill points like most games, and you'll level up for that certain game app. So we can see here my Moneyball level is 30, and then look at the bottom here, my recent streak, myself versus everyone else. So we can see loss, 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 2 wins, and then loss, 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 loss. So one takeaway is, yes, you can get better and you can win on certain games, but people can be quite good depending on the app. Now here's another game that I really like, at least it's fun to play. It's Skillz Archery. It's just as the name implies. It's an archery accuracy game. Now this one, at level 15, we can see loss, loss, 3 wins, 4 losses, 1 win. I gotta say with some of these, patience pays, especially with a game like this. You really need to focus. So if you don't have patience, if you can't sit there and really concentrate on, I guess, this archery here, may not be the best fit for you. Now also, just so you know, for your protection, there are measures to prevent cheating. And I have seen in forums it is pretty rigorous as well. So it seems like Skillz does a good job of weeding out cheaters. Now lastly here, I wanted to show you Strike by Bowlero. This is a bowling game. You can see I'm level 19. I really liked this. And again, as with all of these games here, there's certain strategies, tips, skills to win more. So if you go through the tutorial of how to get a strike on this one, number 1, there's a certain pocket that you really need to aim for to get the perfect strike. And you can really only achieve that by putting spin on the ball here, as in regular bowling. But unlike the other games here, I kind of found my stride here, and we can see here win after win after win. So in my opinion, if you are going to invest real money on Skillz games, and again, there's a whole bunch of them, you really need to find that 1, 2, or 3 games that you're really good at. Look at the data and find out, okay, what am I actually excelling in versus taking all the losses like in the other games. So yeah, a word about difficulty is, as this is truly skill-based matchmaking, it can get harder and harder as I was really rising in the ranks here of the different games. For instance, on the Moneyball game, the basketball game, I was getting pretty good, but then I was going up against even equally, we'll say, skilled players who were also very good. So especially on the bingo, I'll say, I was really sweating, doing those $5 wagers, then a $20 wager, and a $50 card wager. Now, I did feel pretty good on my skill set on the Blackout bingo, but again, look at your data. If Moneyball was constant loss after loss, that might not be the best game for me. Okay, so we've seen a couple games here. We've seen some strategies of how to build our skill sets. We've gone over how these matchmaking processes work and a little bit of the difficulty here. And now let's take a look at the earnings and some earnings expectations. The key thing to remember here is you're going up against other real life players here that are also investing their real money. So everyone wants to win, obviously, and there's only going to be one winner. And I mentioned looking at the data, finding some games that you're really good at. Now, I looked at my actual cash earnings here. And again, there's a caveat I'm going to mention at the end when it comes to my earnings here. But take a look at this. So here's a spreadsheet that I made covering the last 150 matches that I played across all of those Skillz games. Now, what's really important to note here, I think this is the biggest takeaway when it comes to actually answering this question, can I make money, is look at the low point here. This was around $190. And then the high point was a little bit under $280. So the swing here is really just $100. And we can see the date range here. It was from February 19th until March 2nd. So I was playing 150 matches and I was playing for almost a month there, just really to swing between $100 margin. Now, can this really swing and improve as far as my margin with more experience, with more games played, maybe with more risk as far as higher wagers? Possibly, you would think so, especially with, again, building my skills here, considering I've really only been on the Skillz platform since January of 2021. And then there's something else that we really haven't mentioned here. We can see some pretty sharp swings here in my cash balance. We need to consider what's called bonus cash as well. This is going to be heavily weighed into the actual cash withdrawal process. So what is bonus cash? So you can earn bonus cash several ways. You can invite someone to the Skillz platform and or just unlocking different trophies and accomplishments in your Skillz games. But here is, in my opinion, really the biggest catch when it comes to these Skillz games. Let's look at the withdrawal process. You can actually not withdraw the bonus cash for actual real cash when playing these games. And that's fine, that's stated in the terms of service, but that's important to note here, that you're not actually earning any real money from those invites or from any accomplishments and trophies when playing the game. Reading here, bonus cash cannot be withdrawn and is forfeited when you make a withdrawal. For every $1 that you pay in entry fees, remember each match is going to have those entry fees, 10 cents of a bonus cash will be used for entry. So if you play a match with a $3 entry fee, $2.70 will be real cash and $3 will be bonus cash. Now that's important for several reasons. Number one, we can see here, right, that the entry fee, it's not all actually real cash. A portion of that is that bonus cash. And then number two, remember the winnings that we get from any match, it's just a total amount. So remember, if it's a, $1.30 entry fee and we're winning $3, it's not in addition to that entry fee. And then number three, like I experienced with my actual gameplay, is it can get pretty hard because it actually is skill-based matchmaking. So an overall verdict, playing games on your phone, specifically with Skillz games, is it worth it? I would say if you can find a game that you're actually really good at, I'm talking maybe a 75% win ratio, that might be a good option. That combined with a higher risk tolerance, if you're playing some of the higher payout matches, if you can invest the $20, go for the $50 matches, or even there is $100 matches, and again, you're having a higher win percentage, then might be a good fit. But it might not be a good fit if you have the inverse of that. Obviously, if you're losing 75% of the time, if you can't find a game that you're really good at and you're just losing money, you're just feeding money into these apps, clearly not a good fit. So will I personally continue playing these Skillz games? My answer, my verdict is no. Just based on the numbers, we saw a $100 swing in a month for 150 matches. Taking the time, sitting down, playing those games, there's better ways to make more consistent money. But if you got value in this video, definitely drop me a like. And you can also click or tap the screen here for my newest video, as well as a video recommended for you. And I'll see you in the next one.